Okay, so you've seen before the trouble I had fitting these BMW wheels on my Renault Trafic. So I think I've sorted it now. Let's hope by the end of this video it has all four of these BMW wheels fitting on it. So what I had to do is the wheel weights originally were in there, like I showed you in the video, and I've had to move it to the outside and have it balanced again. Only had to do this on one wheel because the other, the passenger side wheel, when they balanced that up, it didn't end up having a wheel weight in the area that was fouling on the caliper. That's problem number one rectified. Problem number two, the caliper was too close to the spokes on the inside there. So to rectify that, obviously you got to space of the wheel out. So I didn't go for the cheap and nasty ones, the universal that can move about. I went for hub-centric ones. These are 5x118, specifically for the Renault Trafic. 5mm. They're actually quite well made, I think. Can't see anything wrong with them. Only problem is they had to come from Latvia, so I had to wait about 2 weeks for them to turn up. I'll pop a link in the description from where I got them from. And then obviously, open the door again, because we're spacing it 5mm out, and originally I was using these wobble bolts. Well, you're losing 5mm of the thread then, which is a bit iffy. You know, I'd much rather as much thread as possible. So I ordered longer ones then. So I got a pack of them. Again, I'll put them in the description where I got them from. So yeah, move the wheel weights, 5mm spacers, slightly longer wobble bolts. Let's hope they go on. Right, step one, obviously jack it up. Well, step one would be to loosen the wheel nuts, but they're already loose. They're 19mm as well. Make sure the spigot ring's in there. I know, right? I must not be feeling well. I've actually used my noggin. I'm just gonna wire brush the hubs so they're nice and clean before the spacers go. Just gonna put a bit of this grease on the hub face, because I believe they're aluminium, and obviously I think they're anodized though, but anodizing wears off, and obviously the hub is steel. Aluminium and steel, when placed together, they're dissimilar metals. They can then start to fuse together. It'll corrode. So just gonna put a bit of grease on there. It'd be better if I had a brush, but I can't find it. Some people say, why aren't you using copper grease? Yeah, you can use that, but I've gone off copper grease altogether lately, because copper grease makes steel rust. Again, because it's a dissimilar metal. We're off to a good start. The spacer fits. It's probably going to be a mission now to try and line all this up. In fact, I Okay, the screwdriver ready. Let's come off. Okay, so we got 2 bolts in. I think we're winning. Let's get them all in there. Only thing I'm panicking about now is that the bolts are too long. But we can cut them down if need be. It's just more work. I just measured how far it goes in to the hub, and then compared it to the wheel bolt, and it's about 5mm away from hitting something. So we're okay there. That ain't okay though. What's it grinding on now? Ugh. That's not good. Okay, I was wrong. It is hitting on something. I'm gonna have to take one out now and then have a look. What's something's obviously protruding from the hub, and it's hitting the ends of these. Okay, it's hard to get the camera and my torch in the same place so that you can see, but you can just see the hole with the missing wheel nut there. You can see the hub behind it, or whatever it is, and you can see the gouges on there where the wheel bolts are too long. They're protruding out the back of it and grinding the face of the bolt onto that bit. You can see there. So now I gotta cut some bolts down. Yay! Right, so the difference between the original wobble bolts, the washer on that one is about 11mm, and the washer on this one is 11mm as well. So we've only got to measure from the bottom of the washer to the end. So that one is 31mm, and this one is 47mm. So that's a difference of 16mm. If we take off the 5 of the spacer, that leaves 11mm. I can take up to 11mm off this. I think I'll take about 10mm off. Try one. Well, I'll do 2 and try 2 and see how that goes. Just put a bit of tape around so I know where 10mm is. Probably be better doing these in a vise, but I can't be bothered because it's all the way over there and the place is a mess. So I'm just gonna be a rebel and hold them by hand. Obviously where I've cut it now is a bit sharp, so just gonna use the belt sander now just to smooth it off a bit. Right, so let's try this out. They still screw in tidy. Okay, let's take the other two out. Gotta cut 3 more now. Well, actually 8 more. Done the other 3 now. So let's whack them in. Finally! I'm happy with that now. Right, let's drop it back on the deck. So now I've got to do all the same thing again on the other side. So whip the wheel off, clean the hub, grease the hub, cut 5 bolts down, 10mm off, and then fit it all on. I just round the edges off. I do on the edge, so this so it's like chamfered. Easier to get in the hole then.
That's what she said.
Remember your PPE though, people, because cutting metal obviously is giving off metal filings. Hands up, or post in the comments who's had metal in the eye. Put your hand up. I've had it twice actually, and it's oh my god, it's not pleasant. They have to actually scrape the metal out with a tiny little pick, basically, out of your eyeball. So yeah, as I said, the original ones I bought were 31mm of thread and a little bit of unthreadedness. And then the other ones were, what were they, 40 something. So I've cut them down now to 36 mil. I mean, you could have probably just cut, I don't know, 2-3 mil off and it would have been fine, but you run into the chance of having to cut them and then cut them again, and so I just cut off the maximum I could cut off. So you got 31 and 36, so there's 5 mil difference, and that's what we got with the spacer. They're on, finally. So, to sum it up, to get BMW style 30 16-inch wheels on a Renault Trafic or Vauxhall Vivaro, you gotta have 5mm spacers. Can't have any wheel weights on the inner part of the rim behind the spoke area. You gotta have wobble bolts, and they gotta be on the front. You gotta have at least 5mm longer wobble bolts. So I could only find, I think it was something like 49mm or something. So they were too long, and as you saw, I had to cut them down, cut 10mm off them. So that's everything you gotta do to get these wheels to fit onto one of these vans. As you can see, they look much better. I'll get a proper look of them in a future video when it's outside. I can't get it outside at the moment because there's this van in the way. No issues with rubbing on the front either from the tires. I got for Cooper Discoverer 225 75 16 tires, and there's no rubbing on the front bumper or the wheel arch area. Plenty of clearance. Be interesting to see what different ground clearance we got on this now. So we'll just measure that now, and then we'll compare it to my mate's standard one outside. So we got to the very bottom of the sill, we've got 30 centimeters. Let's see what the ground clearance is on this one then. So there's 30 on the other one, and we got 22.5, which is a difference of 7.5 centimeters. So basically 3 inches, which is not to be sniffed at. Ain't that right, fellas? But no, I'm pretty happy with that. With the upgraded tyres and the lift kit, having 3 inches of extra ground clearance, I think that's pretty good for whatever I'm going to throw at this van. So I think that's about it for this video. Let me know what you think of the wheels and the tyres fitted down in the comments. Again, any questions you got, pop them in the comments as well, and I'll answer them at the end of the next video. Click on the subscribe button, check out the Instagram as well, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.